Man, Jiu Jitsu has destroyed my body over the years. The most severe being losing one of my eyes. I currently do have a prosthetic eye here in my right eye. This is why in a lot of the videos when you see me rolling, you see me wearing protective goggles. Now, full disclosure, that's not a common thing at all. I did have a pre-existing medical condition, but taking a knee in the eye during Jiu Jitsu did rip out a transplant that I had. That being the most severe, the rest is just an accumulation of damage. In the comment section of my Old Man Jiu Jitsu video, a lot of people were inspired, which is great. Then there were a few comments of people who were a little older than me, and they were very proud of the fact that they go hard. When I was kind of saying that I'm pulling back the aggression in my Jiu Jitsu a bit and rolling more defensively, what you have to take into account, guys, is that this is year 14 for me. I'm 14 years into my Jiu Jitsu journey. There's an accumulation of damage that has just piled up over the years. And it's caused more and more severe issues, specifically with my back. I consistently deal with issues with my ankle, mostly my Achilles. That's due from, it's a combination of Jiu Jitsu and Muay Thai, but it's due to like people ripping on your ankles and going for like ankle locks and heel hooks and so forth. Moving up my body, my knees were a constant issue, but a couple years ago I discovered Ben Patrick, and I've done multiple videos on the things that I've done to rehab, recover, and mostly strengthen my knees. My knees are doing great. They're doing better than they had. God, man, for like a 5-year span, it was just, I couldn't even do squats. And discovering these workouts, it was more than just recovering them, it was strengthening them. They feel better than they ever have. So I'm glad that that's something it's not that it's no longer an issue. I still have to wear knee braces. There's times that they get strained. It's Jiu Jitsu. So then I just put a brace on and I'm able to recover them very fast because they're stronger than they've ever been. I'll put a link to one of the videos I recently put out about what I've done to strengthen my knees. Then moving to like the extremities, of course, we were talking about my legs, now we're talking about my arm. This side of my body has just been wrecked. A couple years ago, about a year and a half ago, everything was kind of just falling apart. It makes sense, I am left-handed, so the fact that there was a lot of damage on this side is because I'm straining this side. I didn't know where it started. So basically I had a strain, or I think even a tear in my rotator cuff. It kind of moved forward into the front of my shoulder here where it started to affect my bicep. I ended up with a severely strained bicep head that caused some really bad bicep tendonitis. And then into my wrist, I had some damage of popping and clicking, but that was probably from Muay Thai and impact and grappling. I couldn't fully turn my wrist this side. It was very painful, so gi was horrible trying to grip into gi and getting things twisted up. Even just trying to hold on to people. I just think things were neglected in the sense that I didn't do enough recovery to ensure that the damage or tears or even myofascial issues that were going on in my body, I wasn't doing anything to take care of that. I didn't know I had to. I thought just stretching and good strength training routine to keep my muscles and everything strong, I thought that was enough. As I've moved into middle age and have to take care of my body better, I've had to learn a lot about recovery and myofascial release and specific types of stretching routines, rolling, massage guns, like all of it. In the last 3 years or so, I've really gone head first into that type of stuff. And now I'm at a point where over the last year, I have to spend almost as much time on recovery as I do with my training. Not all my training between Jiu Jitsu, Muay Thai, and strength training, but at least an hour or so a day of training, I have to do recovery. I have to do different stretches. I have to roll. I have to use mobility balls. I have to go see a doctor to have myself adjusted, to get things scraped. We have to use lasers for inflammation. There's so much at this point in my journey that I have to put into just keeping my body strong enough to just train, not even compete. Now, fortunately, all these issues, after investing that time, these issues are almost completely gone. The only issue that continues to be a problem is my back. And it's different parts of my back. It's my neck down into the middle of my back, but mostly it's always my lower back. My sacrum seems to always be an issue. The last 5 months or so, my QL has been a mess, and we're trying to sort that out. And I think it's been pulling and turning my pelvis a certain way. And Man, it's just, there's very few days that I feel good all around where I don't feel anything. I don't feel any pain from anything. Those days usually only exist if I step away from grappling for extended periods. And I don't want to keep doing that. With all the damage, with everything I've been through, with everything it's done to my body, I just love it too much. It's one of the greatest passions of my life. And I never want to stop doing it. Have I had to slow down? That's something that I've had to really employ and take seriously. I used to roll 7 times a week, and then I really had to start pulling back and maybe only, 4 times, 5 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week, but never fully leaving it. And things have started to recover. And with that said, I've put out a few videos with that type of information, and I want to put out more videos because when I was going through these things, as I continue to go through these things, I'm not finding a lot of information with regard to like people who post about jiu-jitsu or even Muay Thai that help with these types of issues. It's mostly the technique stuff. And people often ask me like, why don't you do technique videos? I'm like, man, everyone's doing technique videos. Where I'm at in my journey, I need recovery. I need a stretching routine. I need, hey, if you're feeling this kind of pain, try this. So I have to like play with things. I have to try different things, and this will work for a minute to help this part of my back, but it's not helping this part of my back issues. But it did help this, so you have to, it's just like this, you're searching for the one thing that'll fix it when it's not one thing. Over the last 2-3 years, I've learned that as I'm repairing certain things or, getting tension out of certain muscle groups, other muscle groups have been affected as well, or become affected due to overcompensation or lack of engagement or excessive engagement. And again, this is 14 years of accumulated damage and strain that finally just needs to be released, but done properly. And honestly, guys, it's working. I'm getting better every week. These problems are really going away. The shoulder issue, I've had a shoulder issue for about 1.5 years, and I did a dead hang video that's huge, and that helped a lot. And there's a lot of different rehab movements that I've done God, man, over the year, and it's given me enough recovery to continue, but it never quite repaired it, this rotate. And I just discovered an exercise 2, maybe 3 weeks ago tops that I started doing with dumbbells, and it fixed the issue. Although, like a year of all these like very like highly touted rehab exercises for shoulder issues and rotator cuff strains and tears, all that was helping but not fixing or strengthening. And I came across one movement that I started doing, and it's pretty much fixed the issue and strengthened my rotator cuff. So these types of things, like me going through these things and learning them, applying them, and seeing the benefit, I want to share that information with you guys in the hopes that it will help and that you have a faster line to these means of recovery, as opposed to what I've had to do is just kind of like play around with a lot of things and figure out what works and figure out what doesn't. I know all you younger grapplers, man, you're made of rubber right now. You bounce back quick and your bodies recover fast and you're not dealing with this stuff, but in time you will. Like if you're in your 20s or you're a teenager or you're even your early 30s, you're gonna feel what I'm feeling in a few years, depending on how hard you're going at it. And maybe you can get ahead of it. I didn't. But now with all the recovery information that I've learned, all the routines that I've applied, and everything that I just do now regularly to ensure that I can fix the issues that I have. Now I'm at a point where I'm kind of evening out and I feel good most times. Now I need to strengthen those things and try to stay ahead of it. But guys, honestly, it's been years of trying to just, as I'm fixing one thing, another thing is breaking down. But that's just years of damage and neglect due to a lack of education. Now, more information is out there, period, for these types of issues now as well. We didn't know as much back when I was first training, or even just, gosh, the information that's come out in the last 5 years has been astounding. So it's staying up on what's current and understanding the science as it moves forward. So I hope you understand, and I hope what this video conveys to you is that you need to understand that you need to put time into your recovery, especially if you are doing old man jiu-jitsu. If you are 40 plus years old, you need to be looking at these things seriously and making sure that you're carving out time on the side to do these types of recovery routines. Some of you guys are starting in your 40s, you're starting in your 50s, you're starting in your 60s. So you can't afford to wait until you are damaged to start doing things to recover your body or keep your body strong so that if something does happen, it's not as severe, or you just mitigate the accumulation of damage over the years of training in jiu-jitsu. Let's take a moment and talk about X Martial. When it comes to quality and unique design, I really don't see any other company out there that's doing it like X Martial. So when you're looking for rash guards and some jiu-jitsu swag, just some fun t-shirts to rock to show that you're about that life, check out xmartial.com. Use discount code CRUFESSORRAD to get an extra 10% off. So I hope this video kind of breaks through, regardless of the age group that you are in, as far as really staying ahead of the damage that is being done to your body. And know this, regardless if you feel it or not, damage is being done to your body. Jiu-jitsu is hard, man. It's hard in every aspect, but it's hardest on your body in a physical aspect, as far as just the contortion and the impact and the strains positionally and otherwise. Your body will naturally get stronger just through the training and the drilling and all that stuff, but you also need to ensure that you're taking care of yourself on the back end to hopefully mitigate any severe issues or to repair any minor ones that might become severe later. Okay guys, I hope this video was helpful. Please be sure to like and subscribe, specifically to stay up on what we're going to be releasing going forward. Again, I did this video to tell you guys that I will be putting out more videos regarding the different ways that I recover, the different routines that I use to repair and recover my body through all the damage it's gone through, and to make it stronger so I can continue on. I'll see you guys in the next video.